Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? And belated Mother's Day for all the women, all the ladies, all the mamas out there. What's up, though? I don't know why I sound like I'm echoing, but yeah, y'all. Woo, I'm back for a minute. We gonna get into a little bit of this the Kei'Mani situation. Yeah, I'm still trying to follow this story and basically watching to see what's going on. I see that her father pleaded not guilty. Unbelievable. We gonna see how that turns out for him. But that was just a preliminary, so that ain't really, ain't really too much of nothing. But yeah, I miss you guys. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where is Missy James? Guys, come on, come on. But yeah, and I also have Dorothy Latigue, her 911 call to the 911 operators, letting them know that her granddaughter was missing. So we're gonna peep that out too. Gosh, I just had to take a little vacay. But it's just back. I'm back. I'm back. Hey, let's get into some business. Let's get into some business. So I want y'all to look at basically Darrnell the father, which is Kei'Mani's. Kei'Mani's father. He had a long list of being arrested, and this is not like little petty crimes. He's been locked up for abuse, TV. He been locked up in and out of jail over the years for some serious crimes, and I'm not even understanding why would he still be outside on the streets to be able to hurt his daughter allegedly, um, unalive her. Um, his his rap history is a hot mess. When I heard it, I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, what? And this man is out on the loose, living his best life with no consequences. They said he hung a lady off of a balcony and threatened to unalive her, drop her. It's a mess. So we're gonna check it out and get into it. Let's talk about it, baby. Let's talk about it. Yeah, right now.
Leading up to his daughter Kei'Mani's death, and for the vast majority of that time avoided the bars that he's now behind. 11 investigates Melissa Andrews' murder.
He had her on this side where that's facing us. He had her on that.
Angela Silva saw Darrnell Jones unleash mayhem just a few doors down from her 4th Street home on July 29, 2019.
And all of a sudden we started hearing things going over the balcony, like TVs and the door and out the window onto the ground.
Jones choked his wife and held her over this balcony while Silva and other neighbors called 911.
He was this close to throwing her off that balcony.
Harold Glander confronted Jones.
And I yelled down there to pull her back over, and he almost dropped her. So
They saying that this was in 2019. Now, do y'all remember weeks back I did a video in reference to him, and I was showing basically his social media post, and it was last dated from 2019. and he was basically crying. He was upset, and he was going through things, and he was basically trying to explain that he not understanding why different things are going on in his head, and he doing different things, and he knew that it was wrong, and he don't want to hurt nobody. And this was in 2019, so he already was experienced mental health issue. I'm not sure if he got help then, but he did come on social media and basically was trying to express himself, and he was basically upset with his own self, um, because of the different things that he was going through, and he was not understanding why his brain was making him do the different things that he was doing. Now, on that video that I did say that he probably was doing that to Kei'Mani around that time. It probably started, and that was allegedly. I did say that, but being as though now we hearing all of this new stuff, I want to kind of like recap. I mean, not saying that he didn't was or started doing that to his daughter, but this is a lot of different things that he was going through too at that time. So now I kind of get it a little better why he did come on social media and try to express his feelings, and he was very upset and crying, very emotional and stuff like that, and not allegedly realizing the hurt and the things that he was doing to people. But he continued to do other stuff. So,
Jones was found with a knife and pleaded no contest to domestic violence while other charges were dropped. He was in CCNO but served no time, instead completing a substance abuse program. It's just one of many incidents.
hey,
A
guys,
pattern of
what's up,
havoc
guys?
is seen. A light hand in his apartment, then resisting arrest. Just 3 months later, Jones and another man used a lighter and flammable liquid to set fire to this Toledo house. He was charged with arson, pleading guilty to a lesser charge of attempted, and was sentenced to 4 years probation. Treatment, get a job, get a GED. As a felon, he was never again allowed a gun. His when he not pleaded and was again probation. Completed that probation in January of 2016 when he punched and broke a window his work release program. The violence grew in 2017 when he smashed in all these stitches.
Oh, wait a minute. He smashed. So I'm not sure why they didn't give him no mental health treatment with all the different things that he was doing. Because that's just insane. You smash an alternator on somebody's face. Where they do that at? I have never heard of nothing like that in my life. I mean, come on. Smashing an alternator on somebody's face. That's I don't know what they did to him, but that's just the ultimate right there. So I put the chat up. If anybody want to hit the link is up for anyone that wants to talk.
with felonious assault and pleaded guilty to a lesser charge. He was notified on August 17th that he violated his probation. He was sentenced to CCNO for 6 months, but again served no time and was again given 2 years probation. In June of 2018, he was charged with disorderly conduct for being intoxicated while cursing and yelling outside his home on Star Avenue. 4 months after that, police got a call that a man was drunk and trying to break into a house at the same address. Police said Jones had glossy eyes, was slurring, and had a knife. He was charged with disorderly conduct again and a concealed weapon. He was put back on probation and sent back to treatment. Jones was cited in May of 2019 for disorderly conduct. An affidavit states he was drunk on his 4th Street porch with a machete. He was also cited for threatening to shoot in the head the officer who arrested him. Then came the choking of his wife on the balcony in July of 2019. Problems continued in August of 20. He was indicted by a grand jury for an incident at a daycare. He was found. He served several months in CCNO.
Only months. Like, he just was getting a smack on the wrist the whole time. It sounds like he never really served no harsh time after all the crimes that he did. He was getting off, he getting a couple months, supposed to do 6 months, didn't do no time. You got out, put on probation and different things like that. But it seems like he was like, oh, I can do what I want. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't nothing happen all this time. So some people get in their head thinking that it's okay to do the crimes that they do because they not getting punished for it. You know, you just getting sent home. Some of these crimes was dangerous. This was some dangerous stuff that he was doing. And I believe what they should have sentenced him to was some therapy. He sounded like he was having mental health crisis and he haven't been treated for it. But when he did go to court, he did let the judge know that he do have mental health issues. He did say that. But when the mental health is not getting treated, these are some of the things that people do, you know, when it's not untreated. But it sounds like he had a history of violence. And they might bring this up when he go to court. So, this is just too much. I ain't know he did all of that.
That was 3 years before the murder of his daughter Kei'Mani Latigue and his arrest in Columbus.
What's your ass? Kill me. Dude, show me your hand.
He said, kill me.
Pull your hand out of your... I swear to God, pull your...
He said, unalive me or I'll do it myself. He didn't say it real loud, but he said, go ahead. Unalive me or I'll do it myself.
Having seen Jones' violent streak, his old neighbors on 4th Street aren't shocked.
I was surprised at first, and then I turned around and thought about it, and I was like, well, if he tried to kill one person, who's to say he wasn't going to do it again? But I didn't think it would be his own daughter.
They can't change their stripes. People can't change unless they want to.
Yep.
And I don't think he wants to.
That was Melissa Andrews' report.
Well, we gonna see his fate and what's gonna happen to him. Hey, Swecko baby, what's up, boo? Yeah, we definitely gonna see what's gonna happen when he go to court because this is ridiculous. Like, this man should have been put behind the jail. Not even in the jail, put him behind it. That's crazy. All of that stuff that he was doing. Yes, hit the like, thank you. Yeah, man. this just it just shows you how the justice system be failing people. And maybe if he was locked up for half of the crimes that he was doing, they say he was outside with a machete. So that's another thing, mind you. They said her hands was cut off, and her he was trying to basically sever her head, take it off. It wasn't successful. Probably was too much for him. Probably couldn't handle it. But obviously he had the trouble lifestyle. Something was going on, and instead of him, they sent him. Okay, drug treatment is good too, but he needed some mental health. They should have sent him to some mental health, mandatory. 'Cause, like some of this stuff seems like it could have been prevented, but he wasn't. You know, rest in peace, Kei'Mani. It's just said that this had to happen to her, and it had to be her own dad. You know, with the history that he had, he shouldn't even been on the street. That's just my opinion. But the judge allowed it to happen. So again, let's get into the grandmother police call when she reported Kei'Mani basically missing.
Latigue's death. WTOL 11 receiving the 911 call from the day Kei'Mani was reported missing by her grandmother. Here's part of that.
To the best of my understanding, she's just been missing this morning. I called her school and went up to her school, and they said she's not there. She's usually going to school before I get home from work.
Kei'Mani went missing back on March 18th. Her disappearance sparked a search party.
So that was just a little piece of it, but it's longer than that. But basically, she didn't seem like she was too concerned. Like, where is the panic? Because grandmothers, mothers, you making a phone call like that, and then from what she was saying, that how her house was set up. Remember, she said that the way her house was set up. She never said, basically, I came home and everything was just all over the place. She said it was set up. So the question is, who set it up like that? Like, people, sometimes you have to listen to the language that they're using and the words that are coming out their mouth. Because the way that it was set up, Kei'Mani allegedly left her glasses, and she need those to see, from what the grandmother said. Her underclothes was in the living room, which never happened. Couple things was misplaced and out of order. She left her keys. The gas allegedly was on to the capacity. So, mind you, now, a couple weeks later, the house that Kei'Mani was found in, that was set ablaze. I wonder who did that. Like, it already had a fire years before that, but now they burnt it down. Down. So again, it's just a lot of suspicious activity that I've been listening to and that been going on. And I heard other stories about the situation. I'm not going to basically regurgitate them because there's no really credibility to it. Because it's just a lot going on, and we don't know what's true or not. But allegedly, this grandmother, she set up here and basically allow a lot of this stuff to just basically go on. And she is still under investigation, as we know. And I think that she's in like police custody or police not like arrested or anything. Because mind you, she was saying that people wanted to blow up her house and or blow her up in the house and all of this stuff, and she was scared for her life. And this is why she let the police put the handcuffs on her and walk her out the house and all of this stuff. So, as of now, we haven't heard about her house being blown up or anything. Um, but she don't live there anymore at this time. So, and then not only that, I mean, I don't want nothing to happen to the grandmother. Even I'm quite sure she knew a lot that was going on. So it's just like to me, it's like it's a lot more things that's going on with this story. Even the mom, her real mother, her biological mother, she got up there when they went to court for Kei'Mani's estate. She said to the judge that she haven't seen Kei'Mani in years. But then she get on the YouTube on different people's platforms saying that she seen her the weekend before she was missing, before they found her. So that's what I'm saying. It seems like a lot of them is not telling the truth of what really happened. So we trying to put the pieces together and trying to find out what really happened. So it's like little pieces come out. Some stuff seems true, some stuff seems made up or lies, but it's a lot. This is another story that's just still, if some of these people, I just don't understand. Because if he was arrested for half of the things that he was doing, or it's got some time. He was arrested, but he should have had some time. You hanging somebody over a balcony and you basically got a smack on the wrist. You walking around shooting in the daycare center parking lot where babies are. You got machetes, crack pipes, and all kinds of stuff. You needed some help, sir. Let's see what else they saying.
Parties and garnered attention all over the community. On March 24th, the girl's body was found in an abandoned, burned-out East Toledo home.
Darrnell Ogletree-Jones is charged with killing his daughter, 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. He faced a judge today and pleaded not guilty on all counts. Silver Barker was inside the courtroom for his arraignment. She joined.
So that's another thing that's out. I want to watch this story. Well, I'm going to watch it because why would he plead not guilty? And allegedly, they supposed to have his DNA all over her, which that is her dad, but in certain places where it shouldn't be. So why would you plead not guilty? So who did this? Do he know something? Is he going to drop a bombshell when he go to court? Because allegedly they were saying that the grandmother was hiding, well, not hiding, but getting rid of Kei'Mani's clothes in the woods, and she got rid of her bed. So obviously, it's the reason why you did that. People just don't do that if you're innocent and if you don't have nothing to hide. So this case is going to be very interesting. But I'm just trying to understand why would he plead not guilty. I'm trying to understand that they supposed to have a lot of evidence on him, but he pled not guilty. So obviously he must got something up his sleeve. I mean, sometimes all the evidence be pointed to this person, and then it can be somebody else. So maybe something else did happen, but we will be watching because either he knows what happened or he did it. Simple as that. And not even only that, somebody went back and made sure the house was burned down to the ground. Where so even if they wanted to go back in there to get some more evidence, it's gone. The house was burnt already, but it wasn't burnt down. So somebody must have probably put some more stuff in it. I don't know, but it's just mighty funny, or it's just curious to me. Why would it be burnt down after he was arrested? You know, 'cause that happened like I'm gonna say right before he went to court. The plea not guilty. So all of a sudden the house is completely burned down. They was already going to demolish the house. So they saved the city some money because then they ain't even got to pay for it to get demolished because somebody already set a blaze to it and burned it all the way down to the ground. I guess they was taking too long for them to demolish it. Maybe the citizens or the community was like, well, they taking too long. We gonna just do it ourselves. But that's another thing that's still under investigation too. We haven't heard nothing like no new updates on that either.
Join us now with more tonight. Silver.
Right. Well, as you mentioned, Jones pled not guilty in court today to all 15 charges that he is facing. Now, that includes aggravated murder, which is a capital murder charge for the death of Kei'Mani Latigue, 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. That includes also he's facing charges of rape and kidnapping, along with aggravated burglary. Jones was told in court today that he has the right to a fair, speedy trial. However, his defense David Lucas argued for more time. Lucas has dealt with death penalty cases in the past. Lucas was granted that time, as he says it's only been a few days since he's gotten to know Jones and his case. The judge also granted a request to remove a bond that had originally been set at $4 million. However, the defense reserved the right to revisit that issue in future court proceedings.
And for real, for me, I don't even believe that he should have had the bill. Even though $4 million, he probably can't get that. He probably can't raise that money, but even still, I don't think he should have had any kind of a bill. But yes, Swecco said, I think to cover up other crimes, that's why they burnt the house down. I think so too. I don't think that's Kei'Mani is the only crime that happened there. I believe there was several other crimes that happened there, and they just burned it down. I mean, I'm looking at it at two different angles too. I think that, and I think the community was probably like, let's get rid of it, because mind you, they did move her memorial over to the other side, so they can go ahead and demolish it. But somebody probably was like, taking too long, so let's just do this now. Let's get it over with now. They ain't even got, but thank God nobody else was hurt in the fire.
By the state of Ohio in its motion filed this morning, the state is requesting that the defendant be held without bail or bond.
We would like an acknowledgement from the court that if the court chooses to hold Mr. Jones without bail today, that it acknowledges that the applicable law does give us the opportunity to come back and overcome that presumption.
Now, Jones is being held now without bond. Prosecutors tell us also in court that Kei'Mani Latigue's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, is going to be her representative in this case. As for court dates, upcoming court dates, Jones is expected back in court May 23rd. We'll continue to keep you guys updated. Reporting live in downtown Toledo, Silver Barker, WTOL 11.
So she gonna be her representative. How is she gonna represent her if she don't really know too much about what's going on? See, this gonna probably be a bad loop. I'm trying to tell you, this gonna probably have some twists and turns in it. And this one probably be, yeah. Because she gonna be a representative for Kei'Mani. I get it, I understand. But they saying that, that's what I'm saying, allegedly, from what we've been hearing, that she played a part in it too. So how you gonna represent somebody that you played the part in their demise? So this is gonna be very interesting. And he's saying that he's not guilty. So obviously it's gonna be a bombshell or something, because how would you feel as though that you're not guilty when you basically they have evidence? They have evidence. It's just crazy. He's talking about he's not guilty. I just can't wait to find out and see really what's going to come out. It's definitely yeah, going to be very interesting, y'all. I'm gonna tell you that. That's all I know. But I just wanted to touch bases basically with that story, because that's one of my stories that I've been talking about lately. You know, even though I haven't been on here for a minute, but that was, yeah. I just hope that she finds justice, and I'm glad somebody was arrested, and maybe he can basically fill in the blank once they go to court and figure this out, and maybe we'll have a better understanding. Hopefully it don't be a lot of lies, you know. But somebody did something to her, and if it ain't him, then who and why? Only thing I can basically say about his reason probably why doing it, because he probably had been essaying her, and eventually somebody was gonna find out, or somebody already found out. And from what I've been hearing, that allegedly they was trying to say that the grandmother was basically like selling her and all of this stuff, which I really don't believe that. But I believe that the grandmother was trying to cover up some different things. Because mind you, when the story first came out, you said the grandmother pimping her granddaughter. I hope not. But I'm going to say this, and other girls, I'm going to say this fact. I'm going to say this because I feel as though she knew that something was going on between them two. Or she know that he was probably touching her, essaying her, groping her, or whatever it's called, you know. But my thing is, they set up there together when it first happened. Remember the very first news reporting of it? They both was together. Her and the father, the grandmother and the father, was on television together, and he was talking about, "Fine, I want to help find my daughter" and all of this stuff, and she was right beside him. Both of them was together. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. Now you trying to distance yourself from him and blame it on him, but they was together on that the very first interview. They was together, both of them. Like nothing is going on. They stood side by side. Like it was just crazy to me. 'Cause they was like right there side by side. I was like, wow. So, oh, this is gonna be good. Somebody's going to jail. Definitely. They just need to get all that was involved. Don't leave no stone unturned. Get all of them. Yeah, all of them. And that's sorry that these grandmothers is doing these kind of things to their grandbabies. It's not cool. Like I don't understand where these grandmothers coming from, and not even only that, who is selling their grandbaby? Who is pimping their grandbabies? Like, is that the thing?
Jones' girlfriend telling 13 Action News she called detectives.
She said that doesn't mean anything.
In her home. 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means remaining on this story on your side with new details in this case. Alexis?
Lee and Christian, she told me that Darrnell Jones has never been violent toward her, and she told me that she doesn't know why he killed Kei'Mani.
Honey used to be over my house all the time.
Yeah, but
And we love her.
this story is deep, though. That's all I know. It's deep, and that baby ain't deserve that at all.
She won't have to grow up without seeing her sister anymore. I mean, I don't feel bad for anything he going through, but her, she did not deserve none of that she got. Nobody did.
She didn't want us to show her face, but you can hear her voice trembling as Darrnell Jones's then girlfriend shares.
Yeah, but
Action News starts now with breaking news.
it's definitely
This case is
sad.
one of the most horrific cases I've ever heard. Not just a murder, a violent murder, a sadistic murderer.
And there are major
Yeah, but
developments tonight in the case of Kei'Mani Latigue's murder.
we definitely gonna be checking it out,
Jones, the teen's father, who was charged with her
trying to
murder.
find out
Man
what
was
is
on the
really
run.
going on.
Kei'Mani went missing just over a week ago from her Toledo home. Then yesterday, officers found the girl's body inside a vacant home on Miami Street. Tonight, we're bringing you team coverage on the teen's murder and how the community is reacting.
First, our Alexis Means is live tonight with the breaking new details about this tragic and incredibly disturbing crime. Alexis?
All right,
Exactly right, Lee. This is a horrible
Fun to get
crime.
up outta
This community
here.
has come out here and they spent most of the day putting flowers as well as balloons here and candles out.
Yeah.
The Toledo Police Department put out a bolo. Be on the lookout for Darrnell Jones in the
I was trying to see if I can get the first little interview with Darrnell on there when he was saying, telling the news that he wanted to help find his daughter and he wants justice and all of this stuff for the baby.
To the new developments in the homicide of Kei'Mani Latigue. Tonight, the girlfriend of the murder suspect, Darrnell Jones, is speaking out. He's accused of killing his 13-year-old daughter, Kei'Mani Latigue.
But that's another thing too. The girlfriend, she had basically told where he was at. Cause he tried to flee. She told basically where he was at. Told the police. She worked with the police. That's how they found him going to their address when they shot him. Thanks to the girlfriend.
And we love her.
And I commend her for that because that was probably a hard thing to do because she
And now,
probably loved him. She didn't want to probably do that.
now she gonna have to
She was probably like, I ain't in this mess. Don't put me in.
feel bad for anything he's going through for her.
You know how some people like, shoot, I ain't going to jail for that nigga. Those hurt.
She didn't want
Not
us to show
today.
her face, but
I know you recognize.
voice trembling as
He was
Darrnell
not trying to
Jones'
go to
then
jail.
girlfriend shares
Now
how
for
she
that
helped
boy,
police with evidence in the case. Last Friday, police set up a meeting to question Jones.
The weird thing about it is because before they even showed up,
she did not want, ain't nobody going, who's going to jail for a man?
and he asked me to turn
Well,
it
then again,
and he's
some women do.
and I was like, why would you want me to turn the cameras
It's
off?
for my man. For my man.
Kei'Mani Latigue was just days away from turning 14 when
She
her
was
body
like,
was
"Oh,
discovered in an
Not at all.
To the new developments in the homicide of Kei'Mani Latigue. Tonight, the girl.
This was a couple weeks ago when the girlfriend told on his She told on his it's like nigga a nut. Now dang. Shit me.
Friend of the murder suspect, Darrnell Jones, is speaking out. He's accused of killing his 13-year-old daughter, Kei'Mani Latigue. Police found her body in an abandoned home on Monday.
Jones' girlfriend telling 13 Action News she called detectives. 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means remaining on this story on your side with new details in this case. Alexis?
Lee and Christian, she told me that Darrnell Jones has never been violent toward her, and she told me that she doesn't know why he killed Kei'Mani.
Kei'Mani used to be over my house all the time, and we loved her. And now, seeing her sister more. I mean, I don't feel bad for anything he's going through, but her, she did not deserve none of that. She got nobody do.
She didn't want us to show her face, but you can hear her voice trembling as Darrnell Jones' then girlfriend shares how she helped Toledo police with Jones.
The weird thing about it is because before they even showed up, he asked me to turn my cameras off. I have cameras in my house. And he asked me to turn them off. And I was like, why would you want me to turn the cameras off? He said, because I didn't come home till 5 o'clock that morning. And he didn't want them to suspect anything because he didn't show up till 5. Thing to hide then.
And see, that's what I'm saying. You said he sat up there and pled not guilty, but then you got his girlfriend, you know, she taking the stand too. She's one of the key witnesses. She's going to be on the stand too. So she's going to have to go against him. So you telling me that you didn't hide the tarp, and probably the tarp probably had the blood on it from when he tried to basically sever her hands and her head. He probably used that way so the blood won't be all over the place, you know, trying, you know, hide the evidence and stuff like that. But yeah, she was like, I ain't going for that. Shoot, I ain't turning these cameras off. She gave the police everything, and she's going to be a star witness in the case. She was not trying to hear none of that. I know he fucking lying.
But I did.
She and Jones have a 2-year-old daughter together. She says she was in the room when
After the police took us downtown and questioned us, I came back home before he did, and my family that was here informed me that he hid something under my basement. Once he noticed those were gone, that was the last time I seen him.
police executed a search warrant. What did he hide under your stairs?
It was like a mat for the back of your truck, not a pickup, but SUV. You know, when you lay your seats down and you put that rubber mat in there to protect the back of your seats in case you're hauling something. That's what he rolled up and put in my basement. And his work boots, which were caked with mud. I never seen him put it under there, but I wasn't about to hold no evidence for him or none of that. He must have thought that.
Jones went on the run to Columbus, where he used
Search warrant, and he disappeared. We left the house because I was scared that he might come back and harm one of us.
Police located him after he called his girlfriend, and she called police.
Kill me.
Still in the hospital. Techs will be able to bring him back to Toledo. Christian, back to you.
Welcome in to WTOL 11 News on Plus. I'm Sophia Perrico of 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue. Shooting in Columbus this morning that may be connected to Kei'Mani. Order of police says a man who was shot by
His girlfriend was like, "Oh no, you will not put me in that mess." That's what I'm talking about. And see, we need more people like her that's gonna stand up and not just be like, "Okay."
On this breaking news story, Silver Barker and Michael Sandlin have been looking into the story all day long. Silver joins us live from the home on Miami Street where that body was found.
Well,
and Michael is looking into case surrounding Kei'Mani's death.
We'll get
to Silver first. Silver.
Trying to figure out what is happening as they were hearing the news that we were hearing of a body being found in this home. By the way, we know it's burned, but however, police tell us that it was burned before the body was found there. Or was
like
we were
her,
as well, of course, here on the scene.
that's just not going to stand for it or go for it.
Now, while we have
not having it. Like, no, sir.
Kei'Mani's body,
it was not going to put me in that mess.
Kei'Mani's mother, Tiara Caston, who was here on the scene, also was either shown something by police or had a conversation.
His girlfriend helped capture him,
basically. The body was her daughter.
And I really,
after the conversation or whatever was shown from police,
kudos to her.
Dropped to her knees.
Because a lot of women ain't going to do that. They'll stand there and stick up for their man. Oh, he didn't do that. That wasn't him. And all of that stuff. Y'all know how these women be. But she was like, no, not that. Because at the end of the day, once they found out, well, that he was living there, they gonna, you know what I'm saying, probably search the house anyway. So why not just be honest and let it happen? Because once it happens, it's gonna look like you accessory and you know about it because it's at your house. It was found at your house. That's the first thing. But this was here at your house. How you not know? But mind you, she said she was at the police station. And when she came home, her family told her that, you know what I'm saying, he hid it and all of that stuff. Well, yeah, she was like, no, sir. But I was trying to find the one where he set up on on the TV next door to Dorothy, Latigue, the grandmother, and was saying he wanted to help find his daughter. Please bring my daughter back. And sitting up there like that, and she was right next to him. And that's a key part of the whole situation because why was both of y'all seen together? Both of y'all popped up together. On the same day she made the police call, now y'all outside together, looking like it just didn't look good. Both of y'all right next to each other, like, and he telling a lie, and I believe that grandmother know more than what she's saying. But everything is gonna come out. Maybe she didn't, but it just feel like to me that she played a part in the situation. I don't know, but it's just something about. I didn't like how she said the way the house was set up. When she said that to me, that gave me all the indication that you had something to do with it, or you know what's going on.
And to look back on past stories we've done with the family, you can stream whenever you
Who
want.
said that? The way the house was set up. The way the house was set up, puzzling to me. I would never be like the way the house was set up. The way I found the house, but when I came home, this is what it was like. Ain't not the way it was set up. Make that make sense. Set up. Who set a house up? This is not a movie. This is not a set. This is not. This is real life. The words that she was using just made it seem like, yeah, she had a part in it. Well, she know something. She might wasn't there. She might didn't help, but she know more than what she's saying she know. Yeah, but that the whole story is a mess. Make sure y'all hit the like button, please, y'all guys. But this is another story that is a hot mess. Dealing with big grown people. And nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows nothing. Then it's just a lot. This whole story. I mean, I just couldn't even leave a 13-year-old home at night by themselves. Okay, I know you have to work, but sometimes you can get your shift changed and this, that, and the third. And I wanted to know how long she was staying in the house while you have a night job all day. I mean, all night by herself. And then it still ain't clear because, mind you, the father said that she called him talking about it sound like somebody trying to break in the house. So why would you be parked outside for about an hour? You ain't never go in there and check on your daughter. Would you told her on the phone like I'm gonna sit outside and I'm just gonna sit outside? And you understand? No, you go in there, comfort her, make sure she okay. Because just because you at the front, somebody could be trying to come in the back. Like, come on now. It does a lot of stuff does not make sense with this case. It just doesn't make sense. A lot of stuff is just, I don't know. Just when something don't make sense, y'all already know what it is. A bullshit. But we have to do better as grandparents, as mothers, all that. Fathers too. We have to do better because the way these young little girls is getting hurt, it's not even only Kei'Mani. It's going on everywhere. Like it's just getting to the point. I'm tired of hearing about this little girl, that little girl. You know, at some point, we as adults have to stand up and report what we see or say something. I don't. It's just. And sometimes we see things and don't say nothing. You know, because we don't be having no real concrete proof. But a little thing could be a big thing. You know. But a couple of the people in the community, they had ring cameras. So all of that was presented to the police and everything. So I'm quite sure they got a good investigation, and they know. That's why I don't understand why would he plead not guilty, because from what I'm hearing, they have a lot of evidence on him. You know, cause just because the grandmother probably didn't have a ring camera or a camera on the house, the people across the street, the people next door, you gotta look at all angles, because they said when Dorothy was throwing away Kei'Mani's stuff, people had her on the ring cam throwing away that girl's stuff in the woods. So we don't know how true that is, but that's what we heard. But absolutely, you know, the community talking up. They got witnesses seeing Darrnell at the house that night that she became missing. But I didn't hear basically if anybody really actually seen him bringing her out or carrying her out or have any footage of that. You know, because this case ain't really. We heard stories, but it's not really like out there like the other young lady's story, Naziah, you know, because it was different people. It was a lot of people in their household playing a lot of part, and there was a lot of different key people that was there and been in them people's house and in their life, and people are talking and saying stuff on different people's platforms. But it sounds like Kei'Mani grandmother didn't have like a big following, like people coming to the house like that and stuff like that. If she did, she must have kept it like on low low, because it's just really her and him and the mother and the auntie that don't even live there. So it's like we just gotta pay attention to the daggone story, because hey, it's gonna come out. It's definitely gonna come out. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I thank y'all for coming through tonight. Yeah, for the replay game, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, we gotta be aware of our little girls. Like they say, it take a village to raise a child. And I still believe in that, you know. But yeah. I love you guys, and make sure everybody stay up, stay strong. Keep your head on a swivel. You know, protect your kids, protect your grandkids. Just make sure everybody is safe, you know. But yeah. With that, and don't trust no one. Ain't nobody safe. Don't trust no one. Shoot. People like, oh, I wouldn't do that and all of this stuff. If you feel it in your gut, believe it. I love you guys. Everybody be safe. See y'all next time.